Almost 30% of all major planning applications will be rejected at the first attempt. In the current economic climate in the UK, delivering financially viable development projects has never been more challenging. Consumer habits are changing faster than ever before, yet there's an ever-increasing chasm between the demand and supply of good quality, safe, efficient housing. It feels like everything is stacked against you. Probably because it is. But why am I moaning about this when I called the video "How to Build Commercially Viable Projects That Sail Through Planning"? That's because there are some straightforward, commercially savvy and easy ways to tip the scales in your favour so that you can maximise the commercial potential of your project, whilst ensuring that you have all of the data to justify your decisions when it comes to crunch time at planning. To make it straightforward, we've distilled it down into 5 easy steps. So here goes. Step 1. Creating a foundation for success. Like all dialogue, your engagement with the community is a conversation. As such, all parties need to feel like equals. Imagine walking up to a stranger and asking them to marry you. You wouldn't expect a yes, would you? The same goes for something as spectacularly life-changing as someone developing an enormous building next to your house, or even worse still, on your house. I refer to it a lot, but it's an incredible book on the art of conversation and how to influence people's decision making. In his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie has 3 fundamental techniques for handling people. One of these is to arouse in the other person an eager want. Now let's assume you, the development company, are one person in the conversation and the community are the other. It's your responsibility to find out from that person, in this case a community, what they really want. You can't assume or guess or make it up. You have to be genuine in asking them what it is they care about. This is the first stage of creating a foundation for success. Early engagement. Before a project has even been made feasible, a conversation has to be started. Asking, not telling, in this case the community, lets them know that you are genuinely interested in helping. You can be delivering some sort of value through your activities. New schools, more amenities, relatives that can move closer, a greater community atmosphere. All of these are incredible values, even just to the neighbours of a potential project. These are all really easy to achieve with the right project. But why is all this so useful? Let's move on to the next stage and find out. Stage 2, creating quantifiable metrics and positive sentiment. By building genuine rapport with the community in stage 1, stage 2 should look something like this. You've provided, but most importantly, you own the central source for all communication about your project. This means that you own the narrative, which also allows you to control the direction of conversation wherever it goes. Because you've built the platform for all voices to be heard, both good and bad, all communication comes through you. You welcome criticism, you can be grateful for support, but most importantly, throughout the entire project, you're creating data sets that allow you to make and justify decisions. I know this seems counterintuitive. After all, we have all experienced that tiny group of people that just want to make our lives a living hell. It's inevitable. The beauty of this process is that those views are also welcome, but in doing so on your platform, they can be engaged, they can be reconciled, and they can be educated. In the same place, you're gaining support from those community members that wouldn't normally engage in a planning consultation. These are the ones we're looking for. Those community members that are normally so positive about the project, but just for one reason or another, don't show up when you need them the most. They might not know it's happening, they might not be bothered, it might be raining. Lots of reasons to stop someone from turning up to a specific meeting. If they're not consistently and constantly marketed to over time, they may never know of the opportunity to come and speak. What if they can't be bothered? It might be raining on the day of the ballot. They don't feel like their mild interest has any value in the process, but you can show them that through the platform. What if they don't speak English? Having an online platform allows it to be easily translated into multiple languages, left to right, right to left, all sorts of different options to ensure that every member of the community can understand the information. In many cases, younger generations, and I mean less than 30, simply don't care. But through a constant presence, you can give them a reason to. Stage 3. Educating the community. Based on the points made, educating the community is an essential step. You've listened, you've taken the data, now it's time to give it back. Doing this allows your target community to understand what, but most importantly, why you're doing what you're doing. This stage is so incredibly important because it's here that you're creating a constant feedback loop. This stage should be running parallel with the design and pre-planning stages of your project, allowing you to get instant feedback on your proposed interventions and their likelihood for success. Think of it like the community sat in the corner of a design team meeting, giving you the thumbs up or thumbs down. And yes, I know what you're thinking. The community don't know what they want. And yeah, in some cases, that's true. But the one you've created knows exactly what they want and how to communicate it. They're also far more open to change now because it's on mutual terms. This leads us perfectly into stage 4, planning. Crunch time. This is the stressful bit. What if those 25 NIMBYs are going to ruin hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of consultant fees? But not for you. You've built a cult following around your project. You have a database of potentially thousands of names and contact details, all willing to positively back your project. You've built this project for those people, with those people, and now they're all willing to help you get it through planning. And this was all so easy because right at the beginning of the project, before anyone started up Revit or opened that fat black pen, you and the community have been building an unbreakable bond. They know you're trying to improve their area for the betterment of everyone involved. You're not one of those greedy house builders peddling shoddy vanilla products. So that community are there for you when you need it most. Stage 5, into construction, continual brand building. Now we've got through the stressful bit, into the business end of development and the construction phase. The hoarding goes up, noses go down to the grindstone, and we don't need that community that we've spent sometimes years building. Wrong. The construction phase is the most misunderstood yet intriguing part of the development process. It is also the first time we can share a physical product with the community. Construction sites are usually around for a long time and longer than most people expect. So being able to keep lines of communication open with locals is critical to the brand perception of your project and the business. Sites are usually big employers, and last time I checked, we were desperate for construction skills nationally. Being able to employ and upskill from the local community creates incredible social value. Giving the site a personality also allows you to keep locals up to date with everything that's going on. For example, I'm having a new train station built next to my house, and National Rail are constantly sending me updates, but they could be doing this so much more efficiently through an online platform. For example, when we had a problem, we had an email to contact, and to their credit, they got back to us in a couple of days. But if there was an online platform, that response could have been instant and far, far less expensive. In conclusion, don't fear the voices within the community. They can be mobilized. Relationships can be built and leveraged for the betterment of everyone involved. For a completely free engagement strategy of a current or future project, please request one on the link below and we'll be in touch to arrange a time.